In today's video, I wanted to discuss how narcissists are able to perform personality swaps with their victims. The truth is, who you are when you go into the relationship is not the same person that emerges after the relationship has ended. And oftentimes, when you look and you evaluate who you became while in the relationship, the scary thing is that so many people wind up saying, I became the narcissist. So many people that I do face-to-face coaching with will say to me, Michele, sometimes I would see your videos and I would look at things narcissists say, things narcissists do, and I would feel like, well, yes, that person did that, but towards the end, I was doing them too. So does that make me the narcissist? In fact, it's this personality swap that narcissists do that makes the victim so confused as to who really is the abuser. And that's why today I want to explain to you exactly how this takes place. And that way, anyone that is in the relationship now will be able to put a stop to this personality swap. And anyone that went through it already will have an understanding about what happened. For those that don't know me, my name is Michele. I'm a trauma-informed coach, I'm a somatic experiencing practitioner, and I'm the founder of the School of Transformation, which is a monthly membership where I meet live on Zoom every week with survivors from all over the world, and we learn how to embody everything that I talk about on this channel. In other words, it's not enough to just have the information in your mind. We have to learn how to embody the healing journey, and that's what we do in the School of Transformation. So if this is a resource you think that might be helpful, make sure you check out the links above. Okay, so it's important to understand that the way the narcissist conditions you to take on their personality and they absorb your personality, because we know narcissists, they're clones. They're hollow shells of people. They don't know how to be until they see someone else being. They take that from you and give you their empty shell or their pathology or a mixture of both. So they condition you to become more like them, and they do it in a rewards and punishment sort of way. Very similar to how we train our pets. Think about it. You have a puppy and you're training your puppy. When it does something wrong, it goes in its cage. It's punished. When it does something right, it's rewarded with a treat. The puppy quickly learns exactly which behaviors are going to bring negative results from its owner and which behaviors are going to bring positive. The narcissist uses that reward and punishment system with their victims, okay? But they do it in reverse. Normally, we reward good behavior. We reward positive behavior. But narcissists, they reward bad behavior and they punish you for good behavior. Okay, so the way they do this is very subtly. Let's say a person's in a relationship with a narcissist and the narcissist has a temper and they're getting mad at every little thing, but the victim is very calm, very reasonable, very with their head on their shoulders, not overreacting. You would think that their good behavior would be able to calm down the narcissist's sporadic behavior, but it doesn't. It's almost like the calmer you are, the worse they get. The more reasonable you are, the more illogical they become. The more at peace you feel, the crazier they are, and it brings negative results. It brings negative results in insults. It brings negative results with the silent treatment, which is emotional torture. It brings negative results by their refusing to give you the refusal to allow any kind of reconciliation to take place. So a person can only take that for so long. You know, they're dealing with this negativity, the silent treatment, monologues that never end. Suddenly, the victim will explode. Now the narcissist changes. The narcissist calms down. It's almost as if they've been burped. They had gas, they've been burped, they feel better. You explode, they're suddenly very peaceful, very reasonable. They're looking at you and they're saying, look at you, you have a problem. We need to get you some help. Look at how sporadic you are. Meanwhile, they've been that for weeks, sometimes months. They're accusing you of this. This is only making the victim even more agitated. The more agitated the victim is, the more calm the narcissist is, and the more the narcissist acts as if they want peace. So it doesn't take long of that kind of behavior before, on a subconscious level, the victim begins to realize, when I'm kind, when I'm peaceful, when I'm forgiving, when I'm striving for peace, I'm tortured emotionally. I'm hurt. It will go on for weeks and months, for a long period of time. But when I explode, we get peace quickly. And they begin to do that without realizing it. They have been conditioned to begin to act like the narcissist, and the narcissist act like the victim. Another example, this experience was given to me where this particular victim loved to read. That's her passion. She loved it. Read a book and she was in another world. She was at peace. It was her downtime. Every time she picked up a book, she'd be criticized. Why are you reading? Don't you have something else to do? All you do is think of yourself. There's so many things you could do. You don't do this. You don't do that. Criticism and criticism. Every time she wanted to do something that made her feel good, like read a book. Little by little, our minds get conditioned to automatically feel negativity when we're going to do something we love if it's always met with negativity. So even when the narcissist wasn't around, it was like picking up that book almost felt bad. It would create a feeling of guilt in her as if she was doing something wrong after years, over a decade of that behavior. That's what happens. What do you think happened with the narcissist? The narcissist who never read before the relationship now was always reading. Now his criticism was, you never read anymore. Why don't you pick up a book? You used to like to read. Now you do nothing. You're boring. Once again, little by little, they will condition you to stop doing the things that are you and to adopt things that are them. If this is happening to you, or if this has happened to you, it's so important to get back to who you are. Because here's the scary thing about conditioning. When you are conditioned to change, you make those changes. You adopt a different way of being, and it actually becomes a part of who you are until you begin to realize and unmesh from the person that has taken your identity and given you a pathological identity. Why do you think in the end of a relationship with a narcissist, we all feel empty? We don't even feel alive. We feel like we're a shell of a person. Guess what? That's what narcissists feel about themselves. That's what narcissists really are. Without realizing it, we've become them. So anyone that has ever felt in my videos, watched a video of mine and said, I do that. I'm the narcissist. Oh my goodness, maybe it's me. The fact that you're wondering that is proof that you're not. But also recognize and contemplate if this has happened to you. Have you been conditioned to behave like the narcissist and not like yourself? If you look at the narcissist, do you see your personality now in them and you acting like everything you hated that they were? This is a very subtle way that the narcissist controls you, makes you think you're crazy, makes you think it's all you. So what I wanted to say before is if you realize this has happened to you, an exercise that I do with my clients with my face-to-face coaching is I always have them make a list of who they were. Get back in touch with your self-identity. What were the qualities that you had that you loved? What were the things about you that made you special? And I have them write a list of 50. It's always interesting to see at the end how they felt about the 50 things that they had to write. In some cases, some people have told me that it was really difficult, that if I had told them to write a list of 50 things that they were awful about, that they could have had that list done within 10 minutes. But the list of 50 things, their values, their virtues, their accomplishments, the things that they're grateful for about themselves, that took days, sometimes weeks. I've had the privilege of reading the list of many of my face-to-face coaching clients, and I'm amazed at the quality people that I get the privilege of working with. And they'll tell me, Michele, I haven't thought about these things in so long. I forgot. Look at what I've done. I'm impressed with me. I love me. But they hadn't been seeing themselves for so long because of the narcissistic abusive relationship. So if you're acting in ways that you know aren't you, recognize that you may have been enmeshed, that you're dealing with a personality swap of an emotional predator, and that you can get back in touch with yourself. Make it your goal to get back in touch with yourself, your values, the person that you know you are at the core, and begin living in accord with that. Don't let anybody steal your personality because they've never developed one themselves.